Ted Cruz getting an unexpected welcome at the airport. The Texas senator surrounded by a group of angry immigration protesters. They slammed him for conditions at the border. Watch this.
Americans will not be silent. Americans will not be silent. Americans will not be silent. Free the children! Free the children! Free the children! Free the children!
Senator Cruz appeared unfazed by the confrontation, even stopping to take a picture with a fan in the middle of the chaos. Dana, how would you have handled this?
Well, probably not as graciously as he did. And Ted Cruz actually has a great sense of humor. It's pretty funny. And so it was, well, I think this type of thing, either one, it turns people off from running for office, or two, it annoys everybody that's in the airport. Three, the fact that he is unfazed shows that you have to have a level, as a conservative, of somebody who can just sort of deal with it, not overreact, because imagine if he had. Yep. That would be the video that would be everywhere. I thought he handled it right. I'm just sad it happened to him.
Katie, but isn't it like First Amendment free speech? He's a elected public official. People should speak to him.
Okay.
Not at airports, Juan.
Not allowed, because,
Don't talk to anybody at an airport.
No, but because
it's an airport.
Yeah, because you might be looking for a Cinnabon.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're going to get in between people with their Cinnabon and their coffee at 5 in the I don't know what time this was, but any time in the airport, actually, especially if you're trying to get on the road and catch your flight, it's not a good idea probably, but this kind of thing is not effective. You know, my question, they're chanting, let the children, free the children. Where are you going to put the children? I mean, a lot of the times these children are sent by themselves, alone, unaccompanied. They've been taken away from sex traffickers. They've been prevented from being sent to sex traffickers in America. They're actually in a safer position in DHS or HHS custody than they are just getting thrown out to whoever. So this is not only ineffective, but their solution to just throw out the kids from custody is not a good one either.
Jesse, but I think if we just look at the substance of the matter, I think lots of people are upset about separating children from parents and cruelty.
They're not always parents.
And, you know, so the question is, you know, should the Senate, should our politicians be doing something different?
Yeah, like pass some laws to fix the border wall.
Yeah.
That's what Republicans have been saying for about a year, and the Democrats have done nothing. Here's the deal. I was on the subway the other day, and some guy takes his phone, and there was a picture of a dead migrant baby face down in the Rio Grande, and he shoves it in my face, and he goes, "Don't you care about this?" And of course I care.
I'm sorry I did that.
This is emotional blackmail of what the left does. They put something out there and they say, you don't care about kids and you support death. But if you look at what the Republicans have offered, laws, lines, borders, those are the things that save lives. Those are compassionate ideas. And those are the kind of things that get everybody security and safety on both sides of the border. These protesters, they don't know anything about the Flores Agreement or the fact that Obama built the very detention facilities that they're calling concentration camps, or the fact that Democrats didn't do anything for 6 months while Republicans were asking for money to help this. They don't care about the traffickers or the fact that the migrant stream goes this way and then the narcotic smugglers go the other way while Border Patrol is distracted. They don't know anything about that. They just want to chant and get in your face.
Maybe the Republicans had all power for 2 years. Maybe they didn't care.
I think we both care, and everybody wants to fix the problem.
I think people want borders with some compassion, not cruelty.
The 2020
There's nothing cruel about what's going on.
Oh,
Juan.
no? Separating children from parents is not
You
cruel.
don't know if they're actually their parent, Juan.
Oh, stop.
They could be trafficked.
You know what we agree on? We agree that
you
the
actually
laws...
think that you should just keep a trafficked kid with an adult with no ID?
I think you can
You think
do
that's a
the
good
work.
idea, Juan?
You can do
Juan,
the research.
how do
That
you
is
know?
not the issue.
That's exactly
That
the
is
issue.
not the
That's
issue.
been happening
That's
over and
exactly
over.
the issue.
Zero
documented
tolerance
cases of
policy
it.
put in place by this president to, in fact, try to discourage families from seeking asylum.
Your side supports human trafficking if you support that.
You know, that's the kind of heated rhetoric that just leads us nowhere.
It's true, because you have no plan.
Greg, get in here.
Yes, that is the physical embodiment of Twitter, right? Because I don't think those people care about the children. It's just a football for their team sport, or else they would have said something years ago. But this is the football now that they can use to score against Ted Cruz. Also, it's like, you know they're not flying anywhere. All right? That bothers me. I mean, it's like, of course, free speech. Love it. But, you know, the airport is sacred, my man. You can't go in there. People are at their worst selves at the airport, and they're the worst selves at protests. You put them together. I remember Andrew Breitbart did something very funny. He was at an event that attracted left-wing protesters. What did he do? Do you remember this?
He
rollerbladed
right
over to them and invited him to breakfast at Applebee's.
Yep, it was
that was
great.
fantastic. That's what we need more of. We need more.
The tables.
He was like
the other thing is that
everybody.
these protesters made Ted Cruz a sympathetic figure.
Yes, which is
not easy.
Dana.
I'm funny
Hey, by
too.
the way,
very funny,
Dana's
David.
kind of sharp after vacation. Hey, but Greg, you can't get in there unless you are going somewhere.
Where was that? Was that at the baggage?
Yeah, no, it was like at the gate.
Where are they going?
I don't know. What's your...
To hell.
Those people
Thank you, Dana.
Those lefties never going anywhere.